something that really came to bother me the last few years I lived in New York City was the hipster infestation. Now, we don't really have a very bad hipster problem here in Miami Beach. Miami is another story, but see, here in Miami Beach, it's too unironically beautiful for hipsters to be interested. Check it out. See, there's nothing you have to see past to see that that's beautiful, right? There's nothing that you have to, there's no mental gymnastics that you have to go through to draw the conclusion that it's beautiful. And the thing is that hipsters loathe what things are, and they love what things are not, like beauty in a crack house. Hipsters love beauty in a crack house because it doesn't exist. And what they'll do is they'll blog about it, and they'll vlog about it to death, the beauty in a crack house, until the crackheads themselves are priced out. And it's very irritating. See, the kind of pretense we have down here is a lot more manageable. It's a lot more overt. It's just the standard, I look better than you do type of shit. That's what we have down here. It's not cloaked in any kind of pseudo-intellectualism. It's easy, you know? It's very, well, just it is what it is. It is what it is. And, you know, what we do have around here in terms of pretense and the whole I look better than you do things is there's a lot of ass implants down here in Miami. You see them from about a mile. It's just a big bulbous ass atop a broomstick thigh with no gradation between the tuchus and the thigh. It's just ass. It's just ass, and it's just out there. And, you know, people really, we are living in the dawning of the age of the ass. That's where we are right now. I am old enough to remember the pre-dawn days of the age of the ass, the twilight of the age of the boobs. Men were into big boobs in the 90s. And now we are living in the early dawn of the age of the ass. And I tell you, it's got to be a very strange concept for older generations. Like, I imagine trying to explain this to my grandmother. You know, she spent a whole lifetime trying to hide her tuchus. And, you know, little did she know there was gold in that girdle, you know. Very strange concept for older Yiddishkeit to wrap their heads around. Some of these concepts that we live in, or that we operate with these days. Like, for example, the language of Yiddish. The language itself is a no bullshit language. And with all the social justice warrior, bleeding heart bullshit that we got going on these days, you couldn't translate or make heads or tails out of any of that shit in Yiddish. I imagine, for example, trying to ask my grandmother, may she rest in peace, she passed when I was 13, ask her, hey Booby, how do you translate Latin American into Yiddish? Simple enough. It's a simple 1990s euphemism. Latin American. How do you translate that into Yiddish? And I can only imagine her response. What? What? Grandma, you know, people like my friends Gabriela, Maria, Jose, those people, how do you call them as a group in Yiddish? How do you call Latin Americans? What? Who? What? What is she talking about? Asking my mother. What is she talking about, Barbara? Booby, listen. How do you say in Yiddish Latin American? You know, like people from Central America, South America, the Spanish-speaking Caribbean islands. How do you call those people as a group in Yiddish? Oh, I understand now. Yeah. Puerto Rican. That's how you call them. And it's, you know, it's easy to translate Latin American, for example, into Yiddish. It's just going to be the name of the group of people that moved in when your grandmother moved out of her neighborhood in Brooklyn. That's basically how you do that. See, Yiddish is it's a local language. There's a lot of sayings that wouldn't understand today at all, because they came from another time, another place that we have no precedent for. Like there's a saying in Yiddish, Oiskin vata sibula but the kapindret. May you grow like an onion with your head in the ground. It's a curse. It's a curse. I probably butchered that to hell. May you grow like an onion with your head in the ground. Imagine if you use that to somebody just in English. Somebody pisses you off at the grocery store. You just cut me in line, motherfucker. May you grow like an onion with your head in the ground. Motherfucker. So there's that. So there's some observations that I've made while I'm waiting for my towel to dry. It's been about 5 hours and 43 minutes. I'm gonna go check to see if it's dry, and that'll be that. And I have 2 stand-up comedy shows coming up in New York City and New Jersey next week, in 2 weeks. I'm gonna put all the information below. Definitely email me, let me know if you're coming, and hopefully I'll see you there. All right, take care.